you drinking water.
Yeah, it's okay. We can edit out whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good start. This is the real one. Welcome to the, what was it? Tings and Things. Maybe it's a working title.
Or catching up with Tings.
Oh, catching up with Tings. Yeah, catching up with Tings might be it. That might be better. So like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe.
You don't want to miss this.
Yeah, you don't want to miss this. This is my co-host, co-producer at this point, Adrian. Woo! Yeah, we're gonna insert the sound effects there. Yeah. Yeah. Just look into the camera for a minute.
Got you.
Just look into it. What are your aspirations?
To not suck.
Well, that's a pretty good start.
And skills, man.
Yeah, I wasn't serious at first, but I like where it went. Glad this is never going to be seen. Even if I post it. Don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, I got surprisingly, quite a few more than I thought I was going to get for how little I posted on my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I say your name of your other channel, or do you want to say your AKA, your alias?
Nah, it's fun.
Oh, it's anonymous.
Let the people find it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to post on there anymore. I might do something different, so I don't know if I want to plug that one, you know?
Plug it. No, I'm not. I'm just playing. Oh, fuck. Well, there we go. There goes the first cuss word.
Well, it's a little winded.
You're winded?
Yeah. I do get winded pretty easily. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
It's pretty fitting. It was a joke at first, a typo even, but then I liked it.
A typo?
Yeah. I was trying to type in Lil Windex, but it ended up being Lil Winded.
Oh.
I was like, I'm Lil Winded.
I like how Lil Windex, like, he's like in that group of artists where it's like whenever you hear him, you're like all about him for a minute, and then you stop listening to him and you kind of forget about him.
Yeah.
But he was cool when you first hear him.
Have you, you know who, like, he actually is, like, DTG, right?
No.
Oh, well, Lil Windex is, like, his real rap name is DTG, but, he made Lil Windex to put out, like, fun, like, pop songs, basically, like, and, like, mumble type songs, like, his throwaway stuff, basically, but,
kind of
like,
trolling?
stuff that, yeah. Just fun stuff, basically.
Yeah.
And, so he, DTG, on his Instagram and TikTok, he does this thing where he's like, what it's like living with Eminem in like daily situations, and he just like goes off like his daughter won't like clean the room or something, and he'll just like go off on like some like random ass like Slim Shady type like rap about it.
I think I've seen that. I didn't know that it was him though.
Yeah. But yeah, that's him.
Huh.
Pretty crazy.
Going back to the username thing though, like how you got the username. I think it's funny whenever usernames have a story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how I have the Chuck's in prison one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just crazy. Yeah, known this dude. Wait, not the screen. Known this dude since we were like, how old? 8?
Yeah, I think so.
We were just like kicking balls in a field. A couple of 8-year-olds just kicking balls.
You don't have to say it that way.
Well, I don't know how else you would say it.
It's called soccer.
Oh, football.
Football.
Yeah. We're playing soccer. That's where we met first time, right?
Yeah.
And it was love at first sight.
No, we actually didn't really become friends then. I don't know if you remember that. Like we met that way, And like we were chill, like we didn't like there was no issue or anything, but
Yeah.
we didn't really hang out at all after that for like a year maybe, maybe even a little bit longer. And then I started hanging out at the skate park more, especially the new one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, you were there all the time, so we ended up hanging out that way and becoming friends.
Yeah, skate park was
But yeah, like
definitely.
immediately once we like were at the skate park together, it was like yeah,
Yeah,
best friends after that.
because you had a skateboard.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have a
that
skateboard,
was the trick back then.
to my heart.
I mean, anybody at that age, really. Pretty much all my friends I
I'm
made
trying to make it
that way.
personal.
Yeah.
I'll stop. No, but it was funny like, being on the soccer team because I don't know about you, but like I don't really think, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily wanted to play. I didn't really want to play soccer. I just wanted to like play shit. I just wanted to like do stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad for some of our teammates that actually wanted to like win
Yeah.
and wanted to, because looking back on it, like I don't even understand certain positions then or now even, and like other than you, I know you're trying to kick into the goal. And then the goalie is to block. I understand that,
Yeah.
and I liked running around and shit. But
Did I ever tell you I was friends with the coach's daughter?
oh yeah, I remember like everybody thought she was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found out that when her dad agreed to be the coach, he didn't realize that there was going to be like actual games and they were going to keep like actual score. He thought it was just going to be like a fun thing, basically, like just to play, basically.
That's
He
how
didn't
I
think it
looked
was
at
like
it.
an actual, yeah. So I think we were set up from the start. You
Yeah.
know, there was no way we were gonna win.
I remember she was one of the ones that took it seriously.
She was
good.
actually pretty good. Yeah,
There was,
I
and
think
then,
she kept playing after that too.
and then it sounds like small-minded or racist of me, like the small town we're from. But no, the it seemed like the other dude. I think his name was Jose.
Yeah, I
He
think.
he was really good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
and-
had a couple good players.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the Mexican players.
Yeah,
There was other good players that were serious about it, but I feel like it was really just like might have been just you and me that didn't really give a shit.
yeah. I had already played the year before, and I was really good that year for some reason.
The year before.
Yeah, like our team. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I was really good, but like I wasn't bad.
Yeah, that was
And,
my
like,
first
we had
year.
a good team, and I don't know. Like even then, I was like not really that into it. I didn't want to go to the games and shit.
Yeah.
But like my parents were like, "You gotta play a sport," basically. I was like, "This is way better than football and basketball, so I'll do this."
Did you play basketball ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Basketball fucking sucked.
You know what's weird is I love basketball, and even now, out of all the sports, it's the easiest one for me to watch. Like if you're sitting down at a bar eating somewhere, or like a not a bar, but a bar style, a sports bar styled restaurant.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
TGI Fridays, a fucking Applebee's. I don't know.
yeah. I can agree with that.
That's what I end up
I
watching
don't
is
really
basketball.
like sports. I should put on NASCAR or something, but you know.
On our soccer team, NASCAR. Damn, yeah, that's stupid.
This is Florida.
Yeah. Damn. Our soccer team, I think we tied one time,
Mm.
but we lost every game.
I want to say that game that we tied went into overtime, and then we ended up losing, if I remember correctly. That had happened twice,
Yeah.
and then we went into overtime that time.
Do you remember Sasha?
Yeah,
We might have to blank out his name if this ever fucking goes anywhere, but
yeah, he was in my grade.
he was really good
Well,
too.
our grade,
Yeah.
technically, I guess. Yeah,
He was really good.
yeah.
And
I think he ended up playing football in high school.
you know what's funny is looking back on it, it's the dudes that were really good that hit puberty early as hell.
Yeah,
Well, also you hit puberty early too, I think.
I don't think so, really.
No?
I think it was normal time.
It's like no, I know. I was looking. I was like,
I don't
No.
really remember for sure, but
I just feel like I hit puberty. Actually, I know I hit puberty kind of late compared to other people. But looking at then, I didn't know that. Obviously, you don't think about it like then. But looking back on it now, I realize the people that were good at like the sports in our younger age, they were all like taller and bigger and stuff. But they were our age.
Yeah.
I almost did that, but no, they really were our age. They weren't our age. There's no money to be made. They're not gonna be Could you imagine like trying to like just to win games? Our coach brings in somebody who's older. It's like you're not winning any money just to show the other coaches like
Yeah, he has a full beard and
he's like
everything.
no he's 8 years old. But no yeah, what was I trying to get at? Oh yeah, he was pretty good. What I was trying to say was he was always the goalie.
Yeah.
That dude Sasha.
Hmm.
And I remember
I
I
think they
always
put me goalie one time, and I was like terrified of the ball, honestly.
okay, so I don't really remember that, but I was about to ask you if you remember this situation. I always wanted to be goalie. I thought I'd be good at it. I thought it'd be fun. Really, I was not. I was terrible. And one day, Sasha wasn't there. And dude, if this ever fucking goes anywhere, we're gonna have to get Sasha on here. That'd be cool because I actually liked the dude, but I only hung out with him that time. That
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But he was cool then. I don't
Yeah.
know who he is now, but I think I seen him in high school like one time. I didn't go to high school enough to fucking really know.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different. Anyways, about high school, not the guy. Jesus Christ. So, so what I'm trying to say about him being the goalie, he was pretty good, but he wasn't there one day. So, and I thought that I would be goalie. So when the coach asked, also
It might have been after I was goalie, and they realized that I was fucking
maybe,
terrified.
maybe, but
I kept ducking the ball.
you know how the coach didn't speak very good English, so we always had to talk through his
Yeah.
daughter, right?
Hmm.
And I remember it was like someone had to be goalie, and I like they talked about it for a minute, and I kind of even remember the way that he looked at me before I did it. Like, he knew. This guy knew. He
Yeah.
knew. You know what I mean?
He was
This
just
guy-
desperate.
Fucking Hammy. That's what my nickname was at the time. Everybody called me
Yeah.
Hammy. It's like fucking Hammy is in there, you know, whatever that's in. And Manly, I don't know. Fucking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get canceled. So fucking. So I go to be goalie, and I did the. I feel like I did not only not. Not only did I not do what a goalie should do. Right, you protect the ball from going in.
Well, you protect the
You pro-
goal from the ball. Going
I
in.
can't talk. I wasn't not only good. I wasn't good at sports. I wasn't good at school either.
Yeah.
I can't even say I was good at skateboarding, but that's all I ever did. So fucking I was supposed to be the goalie, and you know how at some point in the game the goalie has to kick the ball out into the field.
Yeah.
I kicked the ball into my own goal,
No, I don't remember that.
dude.
I wish I did, honestly.
Swear. And I cannot. I feel the feeling right now talking about it.
I
Like-
remember somebody did that when I was playing basketball.
Really?
Yeah, there
I
was
want
a
to get
girl
to the
that did
basketball
that.
thing in a minute because I have a little bit of story on that. But just to finish this one off,
Yeah.
I remember like the whole everybody, not even just our team, but everybody in the crowd, everybody just being like, "Whose fucking kid is this? He does not have a dad." Someone go bang this guy's mom. Go bang this kid's mom and start taking care of him from time to time because he needs some guidance.
This dude needs a stepdad. Stat.
He needs a stepdad stat. He needs a stat dad.
Yeah.
He needs, dude, bad, bro. I couldn't kick a ball.
Yeah.
I had one job, bro.
Did you ever play football?
I
Or like flag football?
So it's funny. This is a good transition because the stepdad thing. My dad wasn't ever obviously around much or whatever, and when he was, it wasn't doing stuff like this. But in our small town, Suwannee County.
Shout out.
Not far is Mayo, even smaller
Yeah.
than Suwannee County. That's where I like partially grew up, and I went to schools over there. And he wanted to get me into football, I guess, but it was only flag football. And I don't know if one of his friends is the one who was running it or something, but he like got me in like at the end of the season, and I literally played one game of flag football, and I can barely remember it. All I really remember is showing up and putting on the stuff. But I remember I was out there to go play and stuff, but I don't really remember what happened and stuff. Just like any other game, I was probably just running around acting like a maniac, like
Yeah.
I don't even know. I wouldn't put it past me that I was like not even having the ball, but running like I was doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like not even
Yeah.
after, like Forrest Gumping it. Like, but did you play football?
Yeah, I played flag football. There's a picture of me in the newspaper, like running.
You played a
Um,
full season.
yeah, but along those lines of fucking around while playing the game, I was center. So like like I think that's what it's called at least, where like you hike the ball, like you're
Okay.
the one like holding the ball and you like hike it to the person behind you or whatever. That's what I did mainly in flag
You
football. I
look like a
guess.
hiker,
I guess yeah. Um,
hitchhiker.
But there was one day I was just like bored as fuck playing, and so like the referee like he made us sit there for a really long time without calling it for some reason. So like
The build up.
yeah, so I started to like try to lift the ball off the ground as much as I could without him calling it, because you're not supposed to lift the ball off the ground
Yeah.
before he blows the whistle or whatever.
Yeah. It's a penalty or something?
Yeah. So I did that. I did it like 3 times before he actually
Wait,
called
wait, I'm
foul on
sorry.
it.
You kept getting penalized then.
No, he only did it one time. But like I was testing the waters, to see how far I could go off the ground before he would call it. And it was just one time, but they took me out as soon as I did that.
Oh, they're like, we're not playing games.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a game.
Yeah.
This is the most game of games. This is not even football. This is flag football. And we're 8 years old.
Yeah.
Well, actually, how old were you at the time?
I don't know. It was probably before 8, because I did that before soccer, I think.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure.
Any more in football?
No, that was
Not
pretty
really.
much it. That's all I remember.
Did you play anything? Did you ever do baseball?
No.
T-ball?
Well, I did T-ball, yeah.
T-ball. So T-ball apparently I was kind of good at, but I don't really remember it very much. But I had a stepdad at that point. Maybe that's why I had a step point. Maybe we could get this dude on at some point. His name was Drew. He was actually cool as can be. I don't even want to use the F word right there because he was that cool. But he was definitely a stoner before I knew what a stoner was. You know what I'm saying? And like he kind of, I guess, I don't know if he liked baseball or maybe he was just helping me out with it or something. But he definitely was like helping me do that shit. And like I remember being like good at t-ball, but I never played baseball, so
Yeah.
I never had anybody throw it at me. And actually, I don't even know if I've ever done that actually, like playing around as an adult.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone to the batting cages, like where like it shoots the ball at you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Those are kind of fun. But yeah, I was sucked at t-ball, honestly, though.
Mm.
That's all I remember from it. I don't remember like anything else except for like being horrible.
I feel like I have a lot of memories from the t-ball era. I don't know why. I can't really like. There's nothing to explain from them, but I can visualize them like being in that little like that like the gated little area. I don't even know what it's called.
I remember
pit.
being in the bleachers more
Oh.
than in those for some reason.
Wow.
My bad.
No, I'm playing. I don't know.
Didn't mean to distract you that
No,
much.
I'm just like, I started thinking about some other shit. So all right, we covered those. What is basketball? What basketball was after all those for you?
I think it was maybe before soccer, but after football, I want to say.
Before soccer, after football?
Yeah. Because I kind of went through them. Like, I played like 1 year of each, but then 2 of soccer.
But I feel like I took basketball the most serious in my head. Physically, it didn't show. But like in my head, I took it the most serious.
Yeah.
What about you for out of them? I know this is great podcasting.
Probably the soccer,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
At least the first year. I don't know. Like I said, it was probably just like a combination of a good team and me being more into it. But I actually did pretty good. I think I was soccer. I was goalie sometimes that year, and I did way better than the time that I was goalie the second year. Because I just like, I think I got hit in the balls one time, like in between those 2 years, and like realized that it can hurt, Because like, I don't know if it
at
was just
some
that I
point.
didn't get hit in the balls before that,
Yeah, I know
or
what you
like
mean.
it just didn't hurt that much before.
Yeah.
But like that year it started to hurt really bad, you know. So I was more afraid of, like, I was more conscious of getting hit, I guess.
I
Like
remember.
realizing that it would
Do
hurt.
you ever remember at a certain age, like getting hit in the balls, and like an adult would be like, "Oh, you ain't even got balls yet,"
Yeah,
and I'd be like, "This shit still hurt. I don't know what to
yeah,
tell you." Uh, there's nowhere to go. That road ends right there.
yeah,
That road ends right there. Um, the sports thing, dude. Basketball. Uh, I sucked at it so bad, but it was like really. I sucked at all of them.
yeah.
I
Same.
sucked at all of them.
Yeah.
I just like I just ADHD really bad. If you can't tell yet, if you can't tell yet, and fucking I remember this one thing about basketball specifically. Two things. The best dude on the team was obviously a black dude, but he was also the shortest.
Mhm.
But he ripped. He was so good.
Yeah.
He was killer. I don't know what his name was. I feel like I was the least social for some reason, and it wasn't even like, oh, all the dudes on the team were black. Like I had like a lot of black friends, not only at that time but before that. But
Yeah.
it was just for some reason I just didn't socialize with many people on the team, or at least I don't remember it. But I remember this one time this dude was the coach. This dude, the coach was like, I don't know who the fuck this dude thought he was.
Trying to fucking coach me?
Tell me what to do. He was.
I bleed basketball. What are you gonna tell me that I don't already know?
I was on the 49ers. Or is it 69ers?
69.
The 49ers, dude.
I think it's 49. I
Uh,
was on the Bulls with Shaq
nice. Nice.
the one year he was on there.
I love how they're allowed to do that. Just like give us like clothing that's like like copying. They just print it up at the local place.
I don't think that's legal.
It's
If,
not, but
if
that's what they
the company,
do. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
if the company finds out, they
For sure.
sue them.
Well, it's not real.
But
We're
then
making
they
this
just,
up. I don't want to get this small ass town in trouble. Eventually.
well, I
Seems
wasn't
like
saying people here. I'm just saying even online. That's how it happens.
what?
You can find like counterfeit, like merch stuff like that
Oh yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on
No, I
eBay
know.
and
I
shit.
know.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, not actually licensed, so
Yeah.
those places can get taken down too.
Put it on the black web.
Yeah,
Dark
dark
web.
web.
Now I'm fuck. I'm
Sound
canceled,
racist,
bro,
yeah.
dude.
Took a turn for the worst.
Two white dudes saying black web instead of dark web.
I mean, it was one,
I didn't mean to rip you into this.
one white dude.
Now I said rope. Good God. Jesus, digging this hole deep, bro. Well, we were talking about basketball to begin with. Is that bad?
No,
Okay.
I mean we played it.
Yeah. Just like the white man always taking the.
What?
You know what?
Where are you going with that?
Yeah, I just.
No, I
fucking
want to
hanging out.
rewind on that one.
Well, you know how the white man, the joke is the white man always takes the other culture shit or whatever. But it's actually funny. What I just thought about is if you look back at like the old pictures. I guess it's not like not a new thought. You've seen other people joke about it and stuff. But I just love the thought of looking back on like the old pictures of like a bunch of white dudes playing games. That it's like basketball sucked back then. Like literally, like the stats. I don't even know much about basketball, and I've heard that. The
Oh
stats
yeah,
of
like how
basketball
they say,
sucked
like
back
if like you went back in time, like to like when they first like invented it, you could like absolutely destroy, like same with skateboarding, basically. Like if you went back, like,
Oh no, that's not what I mean. That's what I mean. I know what you're saying too, but
Yeah.
no, I'm saying like even back then it was just because of segregation. There wasn't black people in the sport.
oh okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so the teams were like all white, and the basketball sucked.
Yeah.
Like it just sucked. Like I mean, actually, all the sports sucked more. I'm not even a big sports enthusiast, and I think most people would agree with that. That it seemed like whenever other races got involved, it was better. Just like
Do you
Never
think
mind.
that it's just because there was more competition, not necessarily
no,
that
I think
they're
that
just
they're
like
better.
more skilled?
No, I think there's. I don't think
least,
it's
like,
wrong
with
to
that.
say that they're just better at that. I don't think I'm the only person that would say that. I think they're legitimately just better, and I don't mean just black people. It looks like other races. Even
What
if
about Larry Bird?
well, yeah. So there is. I see. Again, I don't follow basketball enough to know. I wish I did. You know, we could. This is where we can start looking stuff up. This is my Jamie. You know, but I don't want to get that deep into that right now. This is
Been
just
slacking on it a little bit, but
no. We ain't.
haven't really came up with
We
anything to
spent
look up.
4.5 hours setting
Just
this up,
local shit.
getting the mics ready. So this is really this isn't gonna go anywhere. But since we're still on the basketball thing,
Yeah.
this coach, remember I was saying,
Oh yeah.
okay,
Trying to coach you.
yeah, don't know who this guy thought he was.
Yeah.
He was telling me, he was like, you gotta guard him. Do you know what guard means? And I was like, I gotta be in front of him. He was like, yes, be in front of him. Make sure if he has the ball, he can't shoot into the goal. I was like, all right, I got you. Next thing I know is I'm.
That doesn't sound good. Sounds like you blacked out.
Have you ever? Do you remember the time when you?
Were you eating a lot of sugar before these games, or?
Probably before everything.
Yeah. They probably
Before I did this, I had coffee.
Yeah, they probably true. They probably gave you like a thing of Gatorade before you played.
For sure.
That Red 40 or whatever.
That's what I needed.
Yeah.
Next thing I know,
Put you
after
over
he
the
was saying
edge.
to do that, what?
Put you over the edge.
I thought you said nutrient. Yeah, it's not.
No.
But definitely put me over the edge,
A lot of sugar.
dude, and salt.
Yeah. What your body craves.
Yeah, but you know what the trick is with Gatorades? Put vodka in them. Just kidding. Don't do that. I'm not gonna tell you what it does. Look it up. Whenever you drink a Gatorade, after you drink like half of it, fill it back up with water.
Mm.
Then that's actually like pretty decent. Like a better way to.
It still seems like a lot of sugar.
It is, but it's supposed to be better. Like if you're doing something where you need Gatorade. But this is. Let me finish. I do want to say
Yeah,
this
okay,
other
yeah,
thing
yeah,
about the
yeah.
coach thing because it's kind of funny. So he was telling me to guard and shit like that. And next thing I know, do you remember figuring out when you could put your feet and go like this
Oh yeah.
to like go sideways? I'm doing like that, and I'm not. I'm not on the sideline where I'm not in the game or something. I'm actually supposed to be playing, and I'm looking down at my feet, going side to side, and I look up at the bleachers, and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like.
I could definitely see you doing that.
I've always been a goofball, bro. Straight up goofball.
Yeah, that was hammy days for sure.
Hammy.
Yeah.
You remember who? I don't remember who exactly gave me that nickname, but I felt like it was the bigger boy, not just the tall ones. But you remember the bigger boy that was on our soccer,
I think so.
on our soccer team?
I think I have a picture of it somewhere. I'd have to look at the picture of it.
He's
remember
actually-
him, but I think I know who you're talking about.
You know the country boys, the homies I hang out with.
Yeah.
It's like he's somewhat related to them because he came over the other day to get some like fence posts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do a short rant. He's a good guy or whatever. Except for before I go on this rant about him, where I haven't seen him since the soccer time, except for in school every now and then. During the reason why I'm bringing it up in soccer days is one day he was fucking around. He like kneed me in the ass,
Mm-hmm.
dude, so hard.
Oh,
You remember that?
Do you remember his first name?
No, not really. And if I did, I wouldn't want to say it just because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna.
I think
talk
I know
bad
who you're
about him,
talking
but
about. I'm pretty sure he was in the Christian school with me,
He
and
seemed
he
like-
was a bully.
Yeah, he seemed like that type.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was.
He would not
otherwise,
leave me alone like the entire time. Like he would bully other kids too, but mainly me
Right.
in that school. Yeah, it was a problem.
I don't know if we'll go back on the bully thing a minute ago, but we might in a minute because I have a funny story about that. I was never a bully. I just felt like this. It doesn't matter. Anyways. So that kid, he kneed me in the ass like really hard. He did that shit, dude. I mean, dude. I was trying to like play it off like it didn't hurt. And I was like, it knocked the wind out of me, type shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad, bro.
Mm.
And haven't seen him like since then or whatever. Seen him again out here at the homies. He was come over to pick up fence posts.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a nice person, you know what I'm saying? Or I try to be a nice person, you know what I'm saying? So I'm there hanging out when he comes to pick up fence posts. I'm going to help them load up fence posts. So I ride back there on the tractor or with the truck and like, you know, help loading up fence posts. I'm the only one loading up fence posts, bro.
Wow.
And I didn't want to be mean about it, you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
gave a second, and I did one a little bit slow, and then I like, you know how you like pay attention to their conversation, like say something, and then like don't want to be mean, but you're like hoping in the midst of making the conversation they notice you. I got my hand on the log. I'm hoping you're the one who came here to pick this up.
Yeah.
One guy is the one who's here to pick up the logs, the fence post. The other guy is the owner of the fence post, giving it to him.
Yeah.
I'm just a.
Yeah.
So now because I'm the nice person, so here's a tip for all you other nice people. There's nothing wrong with being nice. Be nice. It's good to be nice. Do it for you. I was doing it for me, right? But it's okay if you're being nice. Now you can be a little bit of a dick after you've been nice for a minute, right? I feel like you have the right to be a dick. So.
You gotta use that karma.
That's, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, dude. I haven't been able to talk about this one for anybody.
Yeah,
So
no,
this
that's
is a good one.
That's
Hold
pretty
on.
messed up if they don't.
Well, this is, I'm just getting started.
Getting paid if there's no.
No, and I'm not expecting
no
to get paid.
agreement.
I'm just hanging out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, if like they're helping though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If like the agreement was that you were gonna do it and get paid for it, then yeah.
Right, but there wasn't even.
Yeah.
I was just hanging
that's
out,
what I'm saying.
right?
So that alone pretty messed up.
Wait, how far are we in? We're only at 30 minutes. This is perfect, dude. This is fucking perfect. 30 minutes in. I'm just playing this guy. Now I'm getting raved up by this guy. He's actually not a bad person. There's 2 incidences in my life with this guy ever, dude. He's got kids and shit. Like, he's a dad. He's a fine person. But I want to, rant about me being a bitch, I guess, if you want to call it that. But, the reason why I say that is because, exactly, this is a boring story.
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah, me too, man. Tired of my shit. So I say being a bitch because that's how it starts to feel like when you're a nice person and you're helping them in a situation, you start to feel like they're taking advantage of that. So you start to feel like I'm a,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hate calling it that term, but you know what we mean. So, like I said, I loaded up a couple logs and then I made conversation with them for a minute, and then I went back doing it. Loaded up like 2 more. At this point, dude, I literally had it's a flatbed truck, or not a flatbed truck, but it's the bed of a truck, and I've loaded up enough poles where it's like flat with poles by myself. They're not heavy or anything. I'm not complaining about that, dude. And they were dirty. I'm not complaining about that. It's whatever, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to set the setting right now, So now at this point, I was like, I have to say something because they're looking at me do it.
Yeah.
They're not just like conversating over here away from the truck or anything. They're watching me do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the guy, the property that I'm hanging out with, he's a homie. I still hang out with him. And even after this incident, it wasn't a big deal. This isn't even an incident. You know what I mean? It's just funny to talk about. But, so then I said something about like, oh, dude, what did I say? I was like, damn, how much you paying me, man? And he was like, what? And I was like, how much you paying me for loaning up these logs for you, man? And I was joking and everything. I wasn't even trying to make a big deal of it. And he's like, oh, I guess I should probably help you do with them or something like that. And I was like, then they started doing it. But even when we were doing them, it was like, you ever worked with the guy that's like he, not only does he not want to work, nobody wants to work. No, that's why I'm doing this. Nobody wants to work. Even the jobs I have had, people said that I had good work ethic. I don't think that I had good work ethic. I think they just like to have me around because I could bullshit with them sometimes. Anyways. He not only was just like slow at it, just seemed like he was like, it almost was like, bro, never mind, just let me do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're getting in the way of me doing it and shit like that. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, making it harder.
Yeah, and I just literally started to I was like laughing to myself, but I kind of felt bad because like now he's gonna think I'm laughing at him, but I'm really kind of laughing at myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I could have just not. There's nothing wrong. Again, for the nice people. You know what I'm saying? You're a nice person, so perfectly to you. If you were in that situation, there would be nothing wrong with me not jumping to do it. Yeah. And that's another thing I should note. It's not like as soon as we pulled up, I jumped out and started doing it. Then it's like, yeah, I'm going to just let this guy do it. But no, we were already hanging out for a minute, and then I was like, well, I kind of want to go back up front and get the token back on the, blizzy I had and drinking my fucking...
Dirty Sprite?
Oh, dude, I wish, man. I can't afford that, bro. No, I don't wish. I don't like opiates. But, no, yeah, drinking just beer and shit. But I just thought it was funny to, like, act like that about it. But no, so it's like I wasn't even acting no way about it. It was just a weird situation. What I'm trying to say is, like, there would be nothing wrong with me in the first place just not starting to do it and just waited for them to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I did that, then I get looked at as, even though they wouldn't have. That's me in my head probably. But is that what makes people do it in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you're in your head about it.
Probably. Yeah. Or
Because it's not the socialness. It's not like I feel like they expect it of me or anything. It's like a thing of me. I feel like.
yeah. Well, yeah. It could just be like that. You would feel like a dick if you didn't.
Pretty much, just like opening the door for somebody or something.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not rude for not doing it. It's nice to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
You ever had a girl tell you that she doesn't like it
No.
if you open the door for us? I told a girl that I was like, yeah, just people don't expect it. I tend to be, because I was in a relationship for a long time, so I don't have the dating skills. So talking again to girls, it's just like normally over text and stuff. So
Yeah.
you normally have to explain a little bit about how you are. So I was just like, I was just explaining about how I know I look a certain way. I feel like I don't look like quote unquote.
You're trying to get queef in there.
Yeah, dude.
That was like the second.
I
or
always
third
get them in
time.
there.
Yeah.
Not big enough, but they. I feel like I'm a nicer person than I look for some reason. Now I've had some people tell me that, why do you feel like you look that way? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of where I grew up or something like that. But I just feel like I get easily put in a somewhat of a box that I don't necessarily fall into. You know what I'm saying? So when I told this girl that, like, yeah, I'm the type that likes to open doors for people and stuff like that, and she was like, oh, I don't like when guys do that for me. And I was like, well, I don't mean like I have to open the car door for you and I gotta, like, I don't mean like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't go any further with that, and I don't really know where I'm going with that now. But I just thought that was interesting that she didn't like that a guy opened the door for her.
I've never heard that before. I've heard where like the girl doesn't like if you do it to other people, like you only to her basically.
Not even to grandma.
Yeah, I mean.
Not even my grandma.
Yeah, like even if you saw like
not even to her grandma,
and maybe her grandma, I don't know. Like,
that's the grandma you definitely don't do it as her grandma.
Yeah, I mean if she's intimidated, if it's that reason, but
yeah,
sometimes it's just like a selfish thing. I think not really like intimidation. It's just like they want that treatment themselves, like just that thing essentially for themselves.
Is it not selfish? I guess we all have things about us, and I don't mean that for just females, male too. There's a male version of that. I just can't think of one, but there's plenty of them. But just to save the words.
Yeah. I mean, at a certain point, it's like human nature, but it's like you have to respect other people too.
Yeah, for sure. There's a fine. I think it's good to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to, or you're taken advantage of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely a problem. I gotta work on that more.
Being less
more selfish.
Being more, less selfless.
Yeah.
Which way is it? It's like nonfiction and fiction. Damn, dude.
I don't think that would.
It's a double negative.
No, I don't think that's the same thing though.
Now we're getting on the grammar.
Selfless and selfish are
That's
opposites,
podcasting. Grammar.
Yeah. That's what we wanted. That's what we came here for, to learn grammar from two people that barely graduated.
Did I even graduate? Should we touch on that one for a minute? Like my school shit?
I mean, if you want.
Oh, I don't mind.
I didn't mean to bring it up, but I mean, I would consider, technically you did more after school than I did.
What do you mean by that?
Because you went to the welding school.
Well, yeah,
which is like, I mean, it's still, you'll get credits for it in a different type of school.
Yeah.
For like the time and stuff. But yeah, I didn't do shit like that. I
You,
just graduated high school and I was like, fuck school.
but you know how people say they have to have
Even then,
something
I
that make
barely did.
do what?
I barely did. They told me that I wasn't going to graduate because I didn't have enough art credits.
Art credits.
Yeah. And then I took art again and I failed that class. So I was like, fuck, I'm going to fail.
Okay, well now I'm sorry because I don't know what makes less sense, that you needed an art credit or that you failed art.
The art teacher hated me.
Well, that sounds like a dog ate my homework, or the girls.
No, for real, the
school
lady
movie.
just hated me. I don't know why. But so like I'm
Shout
so
her out.
so she's a
No, I'm playing.
it was a 3D art class, but she's mainly a 2D art teacher. So we had to draw like everything that we were going to make before we made it, and I'm horrible at drawing.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't draw anything good enough that she would approve it to actually make. So I was always just trying to draw the original thing, and even when I did get it approved, I didn't have enough time to actually finish it. So I basically got nothing done. I think I got like halfway through one project, essentially.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never even remember. I know. Oh, not that I don't remember. I know that I never had an art class.
Yeah, I mean, you can certain things count for it. It depends on like so basically like I said, I needed an art credit, failed art, so I thought I was going to fail and not graduate. And then last minute, like literally like a month before graduation, the counselor told me that my construction class credits count for art credits. So I had more than enough art credits.
Uh,
Yeah. I was like, you couldn't have told me that before, so I wasn't freaking out.
you never wanted to do. I remember in high school you doing construction. You didn't
Yeah.
want to do anything further with that with construction.
I mean, I technically do
Yeah,
stuff with construction now
Maintenance.
with maintenance. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not like I'm not like building stuff, but I have been like wanting to get more into like woodworking like projects. I just haven't really. For one, wood's really expensive now. Like, it's like I have like it's an investment. Like that. So
I don't
like
know
that
why
piece
that's
of
funny.
that the plywood that I got from my desk. That shit was almost $100 just right there.
Yeah.
And it's not even as big as I actually wanted it to be originally. I was
Yeah.
going to do 5 foot, but I did 4 foot so that I could double it up
Height
without
or
buying two
thickness.
pieces because that'd be $200 in wood right there. And then I still got to buy all the metal for the legs.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, in the end, it'd be a nice table.
yeah, it's going to be a nice table for sure. And I'm going to
It'll
make
last.
it look really nice. I shouldn't have to spend too much on as far as like the stain that I want to use
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it'll last a while whenever it's done. And it'll be really nice. But definitely more than I was thinking it was going to be originally because I was thinking
Price-wise.
about like old prices because I haven't really looked at prices for that stuff in a long
Yeah.
time. And the last time I did it was in Colorado, which is different.
Prices there?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah, it's more there,
Yeah.
but still it kind of threw me off a little bit, as far
Yeah.
as being able to actually estimate the prices.
We're in Florida.
Yeah.
Swanee County's in Florida. Anyways.
How many other places have you lived?
Just Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. I was in West Virginia. No, I was in Virginia, not West Virginia. For, I mean, a couple... I don't even know if it was more than a month. Maybe 2 months at the very most. But,
I remember talking to you while you were there.
it was really cool, but I didn't live there. The time that I lived there, that I stayed there, was in a hotel.
Yeah.
But,
Still kind of cool, though.
I enjoyed it, especially coming from the small town that we grew up in and stuff. But,
Was it a big city or like just...
it
like,
was this town called Harrison.
kind of like a mountainous town?
It was on the side of the mountains, yeah. I was in
Nice.
the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's this town, or maybe I should say, if anybody's going to be specific about it, it doesn't matter, why am I even... Anyways, dude, it was like off the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia, in this town called Harrisonburg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I stayed in 2 different hotels while I was there. And no, I stayed in 3 different hotels. But I don't know if I should I'll go into the trip. So I ended up there because of the welding thing, because that was the school. That's why we're talking about school stuff.
Yeah.
And you say that you feel like I did more with school after school.
Yeah.
Go the grade schools. Uh,
Yeah, because so like on an application, you could put that you graduated trade school.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't really put that.
Well, I
I just
graduated two.
graduated high school.
I graduated two trade schools.
Yeah, so that's even more than I did.
The other, yeah, but it's on paper, and the other one's even worse. I don't even want to talk about that one. I mean, I do because
I mean,
it's hilarious. But
on or on I mean, not that you're like obviously not trying to like apply for jobs or anything, but
I'm
still
not.
on paper
That's
that
why
looks
I'm doing
better.
this. I'm not applying for jobs. I
But
hate Uncle Sam.
on
I don't
paper
make money.
that still looks better than just having graduating high school.
Yeah.
I mean, I did do the Skills USA thing and got like some place on that.
Yeah.
I don't remember which ones right now, but
Just real quick. So, school thing, welding thing. I did more because I had something that, like, you know how people say you have to have something that makes you do it.
yeah.
Okay. That's what mom always said to do. Be a welder or whatever. And plus, I figured, like, it'd be good to have a backup plan. At the time, I was skating, and I really did, I skated for 20 years. So it's like, I really wanted to do something with skating. You know what I mean? But I knew I needed to have a backup plan. So I was like, well, that's perfect. I mean, just go do that. But, so, and then Virginia, how we're talking about that, other places that I lived, that's how I ended up there was with the welding thing. At the end of the welding course that I had, they have people that are partnered with the school
Mm-hmm.
that help you get jobs,
Yeah.
obviously. Well, there's like certain, obviously, incentives.
Incentives, yeah.
There's certain incentives, not only that the school gets for having them and they have for having school or whatever, but I get for them hiring me.
Yeah.
And one of the
Yeah,
incentives,
like a sign-on bonus and stuff.
yes, and that was
Yeah.
the incentive, and it was like the numbers are probably wrong, but it was either $1,000 or $1,500. I think it was 15. It was $1,500, and I had maybe like $500 cash to my name. You know what I mean? So, and I was like, I didn't want to live in Live Oak anymore because of the situation. That definitely going to get to that one another time. That's movie shit, but I don't want to get to that. But so after welding school, wanted to go up to Virginia because the incentive was $1,500. Had $500 to my name. I drove a '99 Mercedes, the Circle headlight E-Class sedan, burning oil so much, burning and leaking oil, bro. This car burned and leaked oil so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I remember that one, right?
You remember the red
I
one?
think so, yeah.
I've only had two of these Mercedes. I had one. It doesn't matter. So this car burned and leaked so much oil, and
Did you have like a gold one?
no
Oh, okay, then yeah, I
gold. Did I
remember that
have
one.
any gold car?
Well, not like gold, but like brown
Beige?
kind of. Like beige on
my-
the outside.
I had a Chevy HHR, sickest
Nah.
freaking hot rod ever, dude. Hot fucking HHR.
But yeah, no, I remember that one. You had that Mercedes whenever I came back
The
from
red
Colorado
one?
the first time.
It was actually a cool car. It's gonna take forever to get in this Virginia story, but that's how podcasting works, right? We sidetrack a lot, and then we hit dead ends, and then we go back to before we branched off, and then we go.
Go forward.
Yeah. That car. All my cars, I don't like spending more than $2,000 on a car. I've just never. My mom did the same thing. The few times I remember my mom having payments on cars, one worked out. The Civic that she had last, it worked out. She had that thing. I mean, it said 99999 past oil change needed. She drove the shit out of that car, bro. The 07, 09 Civic, dude, you can't kill those cars. The single cam, I don't know about SIs and stuff. They look fun. I wish I could ever drive one, but you can't kill that Civic. I got my permit when that car came. You can't kill that Civic.
Yeah.
So from her habits of never wanting to spend that much money on a car, I that's how my habits are. I think I was saying that the few cars that she had that weren't like that, they always went back. It was like Ford Explorer. One time we were about to go to Wild Adventures, and then the Ford Explorer, she's like, yeah, we're not going to Wild Adventures. You guys want to go play in the pool? You know what I mean? Of course, So, lost some cool tech decks in that Ford Explorer. One of them had white trucks, man. It's the coolest thing ever when you're a kid.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Little things like that.
That'll ruin your whole year.
I haven't stopped thinking about it. That's why I'm bringing it up now.
Yeah, that's truly traumatic.
When the car was leaving, I seen it leaving out of the yard, and it like played music in my head. Nah,
Wait, the car leaving or the tech deck?
because the tech deck was in the car.
Yeah, it was calling to you.
In my head, the music was playing.
Yeah.
My stepbrother may have stole it. I don't know. I didn't see him for years.
He knew that the repo people were coming.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not.
He was plotting on you. He probably called. He was like, I know where that car is at. Come get it.
He's gonna got my mom. He sabotaged. He didn't want to go to Wada Ventures. Yo, one time I didn't want to go. We used to go to Wada Ventures all the time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to skate sometimes.
Yeah.
One morning I went out there and let the air out my mom's tires.
Wow.
Dude, I know. I feel so bad about. I'm getting it off my chest now.
If you just let the air out, that's not too bad. But
no,
if
I didn't.
You, like pop the
No.
tires.
I think that's where I got the idea. I was gonna, and then I was like, no, you retard. Be a little less retarded. And less thankful. You know how many kids would be so glad to get to go to Wada Ventures for the 100 and something time? But I didn't want to go get Dippin' Dots.
Fun though. Huh. Yeah, it wasn't really that fun.
I mean, it's not fun when you go that many times. And I started skateboarding, and I was getting really deep into it. I just wanted to go skate all the time.
Yeah.
And so I had to let the air out of tires, sabotage. But the car thing. Get back to the Virginia part. This Mercedes-Benz burned so much oil that I would have to not only stop and get gas every time, because I don't know how many. Let me see real quick. Do you remember how long our trip was to Colorado?
It was like 23 hours.
It was a 23-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how long the mileage was?
I want to say it's like 2,000, a little over 2,000.
2,000 miles.
Yeah.
So this was a 14-hour drive, which is less, obviously.
Yeah.
750 miles to Harrisonburg from here.
Maybe it's not that far then.
To Colorado.
Yeah.
Either way, that one doesn't really matter too much. I was just trying to buy time while I looked up something. But so it's a 14-hour drive. Checking Colorado.
Yeah.
I could have done that while I was just on my phone, bro. I didn't know that's what you were about to do. I thought that's just this point in the podcast where we just...
Oh, it's almost. Started. It's 1,600.
1,600 miles?
Yeah.
Jesus. Good thing that was both of us.
Yeah.
And a dog.
Yeah. That was
the Webster.
A very rough ride.
Yeah, it was.
I felt bad for him.
Me too. We should talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah.
But the drive to Virginia, how many miles was it? 750 miles or something?
Yeah.
14-hour drive. In this Mercedes, 200-something miles. Like I said, I don't like to spend a lot of money on cars. So when I went to go buy it, it was me and the girl I was with for a long time, and she drove me there. She was always helpful, you know. She was cool. I still would never talk bad on her, even though whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. Yeah. She was so helpful, and she took me all the way to like one of these southern places in Georgia. But you know, we're not too far from Georgia, but it's like, you know, a couple hours. Yeah. Right. We're in this backwooded area or whatever, and then we turn on this road, and it's like kind of a nice house with a huge fire going on in the back. Mm-hmm. A bunch of people, a bunch of cars, and then there's that red Mercedes sitting there, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, so it's real at least, you know what I'm saying? So I start talking to him. He's having a party, and he's like drunk and stuff like that. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, let me find." He's like a DJ, you know what I mean? It was like a black dude, but he was like country black dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he was really cool, actually. I wish I remembered his name. I told him I wanted to hang out after that, but you know how it is sometimes with some people. You say that, and then for some reason it just never happens.
Yeah, especially that far.
Stuff like that,
if it
especially.
was local, then probably it was more likely.
Yeah, he was cool and shit though. Hold on, I need to fix my leg real quick. Is that okay? I don't want to play footsies with you.
Nah, man, don't touch my feet. That's weird.
Alright. So, got the car. Drove it, and I was like, alright, starts, everything, runs good. And, I mean, you don't expect, like, the best cars when you only spend that much or something. So, over the time I had it, you know, I was beating on it and stuff like that, and it started leaking oil. Did oil changes on it and stuff, and I just started running like really thick oil. Like I would run like the thickest oil I could get, like W40. I don't know what it is, you know, just like thickest stuff.
Yeah.
And on this trip to Virginia, we're finally getting to it. Every time I would stop to get gas, I would have to put another quart of oil in.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a 14-hour drive.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. And I left here at like sunset. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I had work the next day.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I
That's a good
literally
set.
drove all the way straight through. I mean, I'm talking about 80 to 100, like
Yeah.
all the way. Just not really like I wasn't purposely trying to do it. It was just like
Sometimes you just hit the traffic right, and you can,
dude,
and don't even really
bro.
realize it.
Oh man, I'm glad we're starting to talk about it because now I'm remembering things like
Because that's what
going
happened
through.
when I was driving back from Texas. I just hit traffic right. I was able to go like 115, 120 the
And
whole
at
way
night,
back.
at night,
Through night, but it
yeah.
was that's also like a 20
In
something hour
Texas, it's a little
drive.
bit. I
So
heard.
it was like through. I left kind of mid morning, so it was through like that day
Yeah,
into the night, and then I got here early that next morning. I
yeah.
think, or maybe it was like midday kind
I
of.
think Texas even speed limit's 10 higher than.
Oh yeah, you can go fast as fuck. It's
Right.
like 80,
Yeah.
85, something like
So
that on the
everybody's going like
highway.
90.
Yeah.
So on my way up to Virginia, I'm hauling ass, whatever. I remember literally like as the sun is setting, it being more and more hilly. You know what I mean? And it was just really cool because since we grew up in Florida, like we know obviously the Earth isn't flat, not only in both terms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But actually, because we grew up in Florida, a lot of us do think the Earth is. It's in the water. I don't know.
Yeah.
But seeing all the mountains and stuff was really cool, man. It being at night, I guess you didn't get to see it as much, but you felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could feel doing the ups and downs and stuff like that.
Mm.
And I started to end up going through these big cities like at night. You know what I'm saying? All the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
And oh man, I guess I should have said this. This Benz, like I had a tail light out. You know what I mean? It wasn't a nice car. It didn't look nice. The inside was alright. Like the interior was pretty clean and it was comfortable. AC worked and stuff. Windows bad. The outside just looked raggedy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going through all these cities in the middle of the night doing 80 to 100. You know what I'm saying? We'll get out of here soon. Sorry to keep you so long. I'll pay you for your efforts.
No, that's cool. That's fun.
Get up to Virginia as I'm not even at where my work. So I ended up staying at a hotel right by my work, but I didn't even end up in the radius. So I had to work at like noon. Was like, I'm not gonna be working that day. It's like you get in and they're gonna show you the place and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, introductions and shit.
Exactly. So I had to be there at like noon.
Yeah.
So I'm like not even. I'm like an hour out as the sun is starting to rise. So I don't know what time it would be, but dude, and like I was getting tired because it's dark and stuff, But then the sun's starting to rise and like seeing it over the hills.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It was just really, really cool. Like even being really tired, it like really woke me up. And then
That's how I am too. Like at night, I get really tired, but as soon as the sun comes up, even if I didn't sleep, I get more energy for sure. Like it's easier to stay awake.
I'm not a scientist, but I feel like that makes sense. Even though we're tired, it's like our instinct.
Yeah.
I feel like that guy. I might mess up his name, but Huberman.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he says something about like the sun activates something in our
Mm-hmm.
brain when we look not at the sun, but
Yeah, when like there's light out.
when it starts rising at.
Yeah.
But I remember getting that burst of energy and just being really hyped and like getting to the hotel and like all the hotels were kind of like really bad, like scary. You know what I'm saying? And the only one that was decent was like expensive. But like I said, I had $500 and I had this $1,500 incentive, so I'm like, hell yeah, we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Get this hotel. Couldn't even go to sleep because I had to go to the thing in like an hour or two. So I just ate a little bit of snacks, took a shower, jerked off probably.
You gotta relieve the stress after that.
All that driving, dude, are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, bro? Oh, I turned that like 14-hour drive into like 11 or 12-hour drive, even have to stop all that time.
Yeah.
But whenever I went to orientation and they were telling me about it, they were like, "Oh yeah, so you won't get the $1,500 until your first paycheck, and it'll be half the first one and half the second, or something like that."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also, I think
the fine print.
Yeah, and also I was a bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Dude, there were
at
so
least
many
they
things.
were like probably fat checks whenever you got them. But yeah, it's hard to wait for those
I,
first
I don't even
ones.
think it was. There was even more bad things I'll mention in a minute. But the
Oh,
reason why I'm bringing this all up, and I hate to build all this up. It seems like why am I building it up? But this is why. All I looked at was the $1,500 incentive, and that I wanted to get out of town,
yeah,
right? And I had $500, and that's enough for at least one night. I wasn't thinking clearly enough. When I got there and they hired me, I was paid bi-weekly. There was under those terms and conditions, and it wasn't like it was hidden. I probably just didn't read it. And then also when I got hired in, I could get paid more for night shift, so I chose that. But it was only like 20 cents more.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it was helpful, right? Then I was like, all right, cool. They showed me the job, what I was gonna be doing, welding mufflers for like AutoZone and stuff like that. Like I ruined a bunch of y'all's cars. If you bought, whew, whew. So they told me it was like,
Wait, was it like manufacturing or like rebuilding them or something?
no manufacturing. It was
Oh,
basically
okay.
I'm not
So
gonna
like the
give,
ones that they sell.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't want to give. I already gave out too many names. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know if I would get anybody in trouble or not. If it matters, I'm not. I don't think they did anything wrong. I'm the one who did stuff wrong.
Yeah.
But it's basically this giant facility that builds all the mufflers for places like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and
Yeah.
but the aftermarket ones that are like performance.
Mm.
So Thrush and like Cherry Bomb, not Cherry Bomb, but
Spectre.
huh, no, that's the intakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that type of stuff. All the different brands, but you can buy them from those stores,
Yeah.
are made in the same facility.
Yeah.
And
That's pretty common.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was basically just like a human robot,
Yeah.
which I didn't mind. I knew I was going to get myself into that part. I just wanted to weld and make some money, right? Then I get to like, they're telling me how much they're going to make. It was going to be like $22 or something. I'm like, well, that's not great, but it's not bad either. That's a good start. What's the highest you can make here? Oh, it's you're just under it. I'm like, by how much? They're like $1. I'm like, I can't do this.
So they like never gave out raises.
I don't know. Okay, they were like, oh, after your 6 month period, you'll be up for a possible $2 raise, or you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You weren't breaking out at $28-30 an hour.
Yeah.
Now that might have changed over money's changed since then or whatever. It's a couple years ago, but still, you get what I'm saying. I just wasn't paying attention to the bigger picture, and I got myself all the way down there, bro.
Yeah.
Up there. I'm sorry. I should say up there.
Yeah.
Dude, it was such an unreal feeling. And like they were supposed to help me out with housing. And like they did, but I didn't have any renter's history and I don't have any credit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the credit I did have wasn't good enough credit. My number was okay, I guess. It wasn't big enough importance.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the items. Whatever. So basically I was living in hotels the whole time I was there. I didn't even get my second paycheck. They ended up having our third paycheck, one of them, they withheld because I left and they canceled the incentives policy.
Wow.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
That's pretty fucked up.
So I came all the way back to Florida. And that trip I did, again with the girl I was with for a long time, and in the daylight. And we did it over the course of like 2 days. So it was a lot cooler to absorb going from high up to low.
Yeah.
And then I came all the way back to Florida to do an interview all the way down south. So we drove all the way down to like down south. It doesn't matter, just down south and down Florida, down in South Florida.
Down Florida way.
Yeah, yeah. But we're finally at the hour mark.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
We did it.
I mean, I pretty much tied up the Virginia thing. It's probably pretty fucking boring, anyways.
No, I was into it.
Don't lie to me.
No.
I'm gets really serious. Like, puts a lie detector on. I'll test you on it.
Those aren't admissible as evidence in court.
Yeah. Did you ever have to do teen court?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Or
You never got in trouble for anything?
no, I went with my sister because she got in trouble for something one time. But I did have to go to, what what's it called? Uh, Youth like sheriff training or some shit, where like we go. Like they took like teenagers. Like I was actually too young for it but like since I got in trouble, they made an exception to let me go into it. But it was either that or I'd have to go to what's it called? Alternative school. I was
Wait,
like,
what'd
I
you
didn't
get in
want to go to
trouble for?
alternative. Weed.
Oh, yeah, same thing, but
It was, but I don't know how it like. All that they had was a picture. Like I took a picture of the weed and sent it to somebody, and I guess their mom. I always thought it was my mom, but I talked to her about it, and she said that she didn't do it. I kind of believe her. So now I think it was the girl that I sent it to. Her mom probably showed it to police, but I don't know how that would be enough evidence to like make me go to alternative school.
that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, but it might have just been like a fear thing. Like they may not have actually made me go to alternative school,
Yeah.
or like if they did, like I would have been able to get out of it or something.
But your sister was in teen court,
Yeah,
and she got in trouble for something,
yeah.
and you had to go for it with her.
No, I didn't have to. I just ended up going one day because I wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
just
weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was in it, and I always, even at the time, I'm not gonna say I was like. I'm very, very immature even now, but I feel like certain parts about my thinking was mature at the age,
yeah,
you know. And I felt like at the time, at the time, I even was thinking, I'm like, this is so funny that we're kids, legitimately having a word in determining another kid's
yeah,
charge.
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. If the say was something made no sense or something, it probably wouldn't. It would, their say would overrule. But I just like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. It's teen law, teen court
yeah.
laws. They decided we can't. Adults can't decide.
Wait, was there not a like an adult judge?
There is an adult judge. Yeah, a
Yeah,
real
I couldn't
judge.
remember.
Yeah, no, there was a real
I
judge.
thought so.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lawyers were kids.
Oh, I'm sitting. Is it? Yeah, I'm sitting. Oh,
Yeah.
this is, I can't do that actually. It's too comfortable. This one's alright. It's only
I
half
fall
gay.
asleep that way.
It's okay. We can be gay.
That wasn't a question.
Yeah, this is feminine.
Not really.
No,
I mean, it's kind of a weird way to sit, but not really feminine.
it's definitely a weird way to sit. Maybe kind of feminine.
Maybe. I don't really see it, but I guess maybe some people would.
It's kind of comfortable. Should we stop now, or you want to go to 1:30 max?
We can do 130 max.
All right. So, on the teen court thing, I think it's funny. You got in trouble for weed thing. I got in trouble for weed thing too. I wonder if I'm not talking quite into it. Probably that's better, huh? We don't know. We're not using headphones.
Yeah.
Idiots. Poor podcasting. First one, dude. This isn't good. I should have mentioned it earlier. So we're not expecting to be good. Look at this. You don't know. Put the cameras on Nike boxes. I have a ripped trash bag box. A trash bag box that I have ripped and rigged to cover the glare from the light for you folks to see our ugly faces a little bit better.
If you could see the rest of the room, you would be impressed.
No. You'd be opposite. You sir.
Well, impressed at this side is what I meant.
Yes, that's it. If you see, just the other side of this is, I have the. It looks like the best episode of Hoarders on the other side of this camera.
All the effort is on this side.
Yeah, purely.
Not on that side.
There's actually not even a house on the other side. I don't know how the computer's
not that
running.
bad, but that side, a little. It's just the random stuff that has no spot to go, basically.
Yeah, it is. My closet's kind of bad, but gotta get like my life together. Anyways, so teen court got in trouble for weed. Me
Yeah.
too. I feel like it's funny the way I got in trouble for weed though.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I would say I have addiction issues for sure. I always had my whole life. I can recognize it in everything. I mean, even when I was riding scooters, skateboarding, bikes, whatever it was, I was
Yeah.
addicted to doing it. Luckily, I've never been on anything hard, because I would probably,
That hardcore.
dude, I'd probably do the most of. I don't know anything about drugs. So, anyways, is it that bad?
No, I'm just tired, bro.
Yeah, you do
So
have
I'm
a
good.
life.
Yeah.
You have a job.
Worked.
You do.
Yep.
You worked a lot helping me set this stuff up too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That was more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. I thought we was be able to hook it back up and then fucking roll, but no.
You think next time we have to do that?
I mean, as long as we don't mess with the settings,
Yeah.
it should be fine.
Anyways, teen core thing. It was funny about it because the way I got caught with weed wasn't because my parents told on me or anything. My dad damn sure wouldn't have told him. My dad would have been like, probably made fun of me. Like, why aren't you doing crack? You fucking punk bitch smoking weed, dude.
Step up your game,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Get on this level.
You're 14 already. Why aren't you smoking meth?
Yeah. What age was this about? 13?
Yeah, somewhere around there, I think.
You
It
remember
was
when I
like
went to
early
teen core?
middle school.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Oh, again, we got to do the school one. We're not gonna have time for the school this one, but the school one's funny because the middle school situation's funny too.
Yeah.
Like to me, there's actually a lot of, maybe not interesting, but quirky things about my school history all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so the teen core thing, got in trouble with weed because I was addicted to making bongs. I feel like I was addicted to making like even if we had a Gatorade bottle we were smoking out of already, I wanted to try to make one better.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I had like an actual bong one time and I wanted to smoke out of the Gatorade bottle more. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo.
I mean, it might have been a cheap bong, but
that
still,
was like last
it was
week.
a legit, it was a legit piece though. Like
Yeah.
it was glass and everything.
Yeah. We had already stepped up our game at this point.
Yeah, and then you had a fucking Gatorade bottle with a straw and a socket.
I don't
And
know,
I was
man.
like, this is gonna rip better.
I don't know. It was just fun. Like
Yeah.
I liked creating. You know what I'm saying? I really did.
I mean, it's still cool, and like the customization is good. I was just saying, like,
Come, don't try to say. Trust me, I'm not saying it was like, especially at the point we had glass bongs. Like, dude, come on, what you're doing for sure.
yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm glad you can agree with me that it makes sense why I was doing it when I was doing it, but at that point, it doesn't make sense to be doing it anymore, for sure.
yeah.
There were some I was.
Well, I mean,
proud
I don't
of,
think
though.
you were getting pieces, like,
No.
but like we had access to them, so
Right.
yeah,
And whoever had one, it was definitely like, oh,
yeah,
he's coming over tonight, dude. We're getting ripped off $20.
yeah,
So I was really into building these bongs, and like I was always trying to build better versions of them. And at this point, around the time I got in trouble, I had figured out how to take more than one bottle. Remember that? I would take,
yeah,
and I would even take like a pill bottle and put it like a straw or a pin through it,
yeah.
holes in it, and make a percolator.
Mhm.
Put that into the bong, and have a top piece for an ice catcher. Like I would make like
yeah.
at like 13, 12 years, maybe not 12, 13, 14. This is
Well,
all
no,
fake.
actually, it had to have been later than that because I started smoking at 12, and you started later than that.
For sure, because I remember being around
Yeah.
it and not.
So
But this is all
maybe,
fake,
like,
anyways. We didn't
14?
smoke underage or now at all.
Probably like 14 then.
14. Dude,
Yeah.
then I don't know, because think about it. At 15, I was already driving permanent, so it's probably 13, 12 or 13.
No, you started smoking like way
Late.
later. At
I
least
don't know
a
why
year.
I'm trying to add a year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Whenever I got caught, the reason why I'm saying all this bong stuff is because I got caught because I had a bong that I was really happy with, and like I wanted to like show somebody for some stupid reason. You know what I mean? I was never really that kid, but at this time, I guess I was.
yeah,
And of course, when you have two bottles on top of each other and you're smoking it in the park inside of a car with no tent with three of your friends, the mom in the car over looking at you on the phone isn't going to be on the phone with anyone other than the cops.
yeah,
So I remember even feeling like, that day, like before it happened while we were smoking, I remember being like, and okay, I'll be real, it wasn't just the bong stuff. I had good weed. I had really good weed. Okay. For my age, I had really good weed. A lot of older people even get weed from it. It was really good. You can admit we got access
Yeah.
to really good, wacky tobacco for our age. So that was the other thing I was like, showing them, and that's what it was. The lady was jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't get that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody can get it.
so she took care of that, and but when I seen she was on the phone, I kind of had a feeling
Yeah.
that it was on the cops. Even at that age, like I said, I feel like we were like a little bit. We were like, I don't know, not smarter. We were dumb, but we just had like awareness.
Yeah.
And I picked up on that, and I tried to go like skate for a minute, but my stuff was in the car. So like I was skating for a minute. I was like, oh, I gotta go get my stuff out of the car. But when I went to go get my stuff out of the car is when the cops came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it went south from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember even the cop kind of joking about it, like acting like it wasn't a big deal. You know what I mean? And we might have been able to get off, but the dude we were with, he was kind of like that guy that like, oh no, you're not gonna search my car, and you're not. They brought out like dogs and all this stuff when they know we had weed in it.
Yeah.
So this became a big ordeal. I got teen court or whatever, and I remember when your mom gets home, she's gonna find out at some point, so you got to tell her, just to be upfront with her. She was not like the mad. She actually, to be honest with you, she really wasn't mad. She actually handled it really well. I mean, I don't know. I was crying telling her. I remember that. Because I thought I was.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. No, I wasn't like trying to play a role. Nah.
No, I'm just saying.
I was upset for real.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion. You don't know what's gonna happen. You think you're gonna get like your ass kicked.
Exactly. Well, she was never abused. Well,
yeah, not even like in
no.
an abusive way. I'm just saying like.
Right. Not that you were saying it, but she wasn't afraid to hit me if I needed it. Don't get me wrong. But definitely just I was an emotional kid. I still am an emotional person.
Yeah.
But like.
Well, I mean like emotionally.
Kid. Yeah,
like,
I was definitely an emotional kid, and that definitely made me.
Could yell at you or whatever,
Yeah. Wait, what?
She could yell at you or like.
Yeah.
Just like the unknown of what the reaction is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teen court thing was funny though. I just felt like it was weird having to make decisions for.
Yeah, that is weird.
People. And then my sentence was like just a bunch of community service hours.
Yeah.
And then on the school thing, the lady we had the environmental class.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get my community service hours through working at Spirit of the Swanee State Park, so I was able to go to music festivals for free.
Yeah.
And get my community service hours. That was pretty cool. But yeah.
Do you remember how, I don't know if I should say his name really, but like our mutual friend that would go to teen court all the time, even when he didn't have to? Like even I think it was even before he had to at all. He eventually did have to go, I think.
Who? That's sus, dude.
You know the person I'm talking about. We just looked up if he's in
okay,
jail
that's
now.
who I thought, and he did?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, wasn't it because there was a girl he liked that went to it?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But he was, like, heavily involved in it, like, more than just, like, going to, like, hang out with her. Like, he got, like, weirdly involved with it. But she was also one of the, like, child lawyers or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was just a weird situation, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was weird, dude.
Yeah. But also on, like, how you were saying that we kind of just, like, picked up on stuff, like, vibes.
Yes.
That day that he got caught at school with stuff, I remember I saw the
high school
cops like outside the school, like at the Publix parking lot.
Yeah.
And I was telling everybody like, "Yo, if you got something, they're
I remember
going
the
through."
message.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school at all that day. No surprise.
Yeah, but I was like, if you got something, like definitely like get rid of it. And he was like, "Nah, dude, they're not gonna search. Nothing's gonna happen."
Yeah.
I was like, "They're fucking doing it, bro. I saw them. They're coming."
He said that he was like, no, it's not.
Yeah, he said that they're not going to do anything. I was like, whatever.
That's some crazy confidence.
Because I think I had texted him, and then I saw him later on, and I told him again, and he was like, nah, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man.
30 minutes later.
Yeah. I don't remember how he actually realized it, but it wasn't my message. I think he said that he, like, heard a dog in, like, the hallway or something. He was like, oh. Yeah, it's real.
Yo, anytime you hear the dogs in the hall,
yeah, you're too late.
Yo, who let the dogs out? Bro?
Yeah, I mean, unless he would have parked at the Votech or whatever, he wouldn't have had time to get out.
Dude.
Because even at that point, he couldn't just leave because they were blocking the gate. So if
Yeah.
he tried to leave, they would just walk by with the
Not
dog.
only that, but even if they didn't block the gates, the 1-2 dude leaving
Yeah. Yeah.
when that's going on,
yeah,
you're getting pulled over.
Yeah. That other
You're guilty.
They'll be like, hey, why'd you leave the other day? And then just be on you after that.
But
Till you slip up.
the instinct thing.
Yeah. But weirdly, just people didn't believe me. They were like, do you really think so? I was like, I saw like 15 cops outside. They're going to. Like, there's no question.
Like I do remember saying, really?
Yeah.
Or like, what, really? Or like, crazy? Or like, something crazy?
Yeah.
No, no way.
In our town?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Cops. Yeah. But,
No, I
feel
remember
like
them doing that a few times, like, throughout school.
I remember them talk, because we always had older friends growing up.
Yeah.
I remember they would talk about things like that going on in high school, and I was like, no way, high school's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You got caught. You watch a federale. You watch out for the federale in high school, bro, in 10th grade. Dude, but on the instinct thing, do you remember one of the times we were going to go get a fat sack of dank, dude? We gathered up, probably $10 from my mom for pizza. You probably had $10 from your mom for pizza, and we went to go get some pizza, but we wanted to actually get snacks too. So we brought a book bag, and after we got the pizza, I remember thinking like, oh, if a cop sees two boys, because we were like 13, 14 years old, walking with a book bag at nighttime, because it was nighttime, it was like 9, 10, maybe even 11. We would go venture out. We had to wait till your parents fall asleep to leave.
Yeah.
So I remember thinking like, don't put the pizza in the book bag. You feel me?
Yeah.
And we went to the gas station. No, the pizza was in the book bag. And then we went to the gas station to get snacks. And I remember thinking, put it underneath all the snacks. And then I was like, nah, even better, don't put it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept it in my pocket. And then when we were walking down the sidewalk, as soon as we crossed the street, it's like a main street, like 4 lanes. It's what, 90?
Yeah, I think that's 4.
No, that's 129. Right where 90 and 129 cross.
Yeah.
We were crossing like where the railroad tracks are. It doesn't matter. None of you gonna know. We were crossing like this like little bit of a main road. Of course, a cop comes over the road.
Yeah.
And you see 2 boys walking. Like we thought, you're gonna stop them. And we had just, like, after we crossed the road, we had just passed a road that was, what would you call it, perpendicular?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the cop had pulled off, like right behind us. And I remember he's obviously stopping for us.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna play stupid, even at that age. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna play stupid. I hope there's a statute of limitation, because this is made up anyways.
Yeah.
But
allegedly.
yes, for a gram of pizza.
Yeah.
So I remember him pulling off. We're just past him, and there's these bushes on the sidewalk that were like, how like for looks on the sidewalk there's like the bushes, like little every other bush that's about waist height. And as he pulled off, and I know as he was about to get out of his car, he looked at us through the window to make sure we weren't running. And I made eye contact, and I was like, oh, you want us to come over there? Knowing what the hell else does he want? Who else is he talking to? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just playing stupid. I don't know, do you remember this as well as I do?
No, not really.
You don't?
No.
Do you remember any of this?
Yeah, it's vague memories, but I don't really remember it that much.
So,
I remember speaking to a cop with you, but I don't remember even having weed, honestly.
Well,
but it could be because I was, like, I don't know. Maybe because I didn't have it, like, on me. I didn't really worry about it as much, yeah.
I was definitely trying to be as smart as a retard could be. I'm allowed to say retard, dude. I never passed a spelling test. Promise you, it's okay. I don't mean it, Anyways, so I asked the cop, I was like, you want us to come over there? And knowing he was going to say yeah. And as soon as he said yeah and he turned around, I already had my hand on the bag of weed and I put it on the bush.
Yeah.
I put it right on top of the bush, right there, and walked up to him. And sure enough, he fully searched us. Asked us where we were coming from, everything. Like he knew where we were
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, I think that area was kind
that
of
spot.
known.
Not only, that spot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were doing. We didn't mess with any of the other stuff, but obviously,
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's
there
their
was more
business.
stuff even
Yeah.
like in that general area, not
Oh,
just that spot
right.
specifically, but in that
Compared to
area.
them,
Yeah.
yeah. But the homies, they fucked with the other stuff, and they're probably being watched, and they were probably just trying to catch kids that
Yeah.
would tell or whatever. But I always felt big on that. Like I always felt like even if they never knew that I didn't snitch, it was like for me, like I know I didn't snitch. Like it was a big deal for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the cop questioned us a little bit. Didn't really ask too much because he didn't find the weed because it was right over there. And then he left. He searched the book bag and everything, the snacks, like took them all out and put them on the trunk of his car and everything, all the honey buns, and then nothing. He left. We had to act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And as soon as we went over the railroad tracks and those like little old buildings, the brick road or whatever, we waited a second and I was like, we got to go back over there. And I don't remember if you didn't know yet or if you knew, but you just, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, that's where I put the weed there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if you either see me do it or if you didn't figure it out, or you probably figured it out once he didn't find it on us.
Yeah.
But I could imagine if you didn't know, if you knew I had it on me and you didn't know that I hid it.
Yeah.
And then
I think that is what happened.
Really?
Yeah.
And I don't remember ever talking about that afterwards because we just went back and laughed about it and got stoned. But
Yeah.
on pizza, stoned on pizza.
Yeah, that might be why I don't really remember it that much.
Yeah, we smoked through a lot of plastic.
Yeah.
10 millimeter socket and a pin and a Gatorade bottle. The weed is the least of your worries, dude.
Yeah.
Killing the brain cells from weed is the least of your worries.
I mean, that's still an upgrade from soda cans.
Did you ever do the soda can?
Yeah. More than I probably should have. Yeah.
That's the only one I can say
Probably
I never
caused
did.
some of my problems.
I never did the soda can one.
Yeah.
I do hate that the very first time I decided to smoke weed because we were around it a lot. You were like you said you smoked before I did.
Yeah.
I was around it before I did it. Like my parents or friends and I accepted it, but I just was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it yet. I was like scared of it, but I just thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to be like against it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I was really just scared of it, kind of.
Little rebel.
Yeah, that's how I felt at the time, and kind of like all these. Never mind. So when I finally did decide to smoke weed, it sucks that my first time smoking weed wasn't weed, it was fake weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
With the dude we were just talking about that went to
Oh,
court.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We're coming up on a minute 30 now.
On the boat?
Yeah, exactly. Should I talk about it or not? We're coming up on a minute 30.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's time.
First time smoking weed?
Yeah.
Would you
close it out?
Would you feel like talking about your first time smoking weed afterwards?
I don't really remember it, honestly. I just remember the second or third time.
That's the point. Hold on. Is that good or bad podcasting? The first time you smoked weed? Dude, what?
I mean, if
What?
they're interesting,
I mean, I
that,
feel
accidentally smoking fake. Well, did you know it was fake weed before?
No, I didn't know it was.
Yeah, so then accidentally smoking
Yeah.
fake weed.
So,
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, it sounds like something he would do.
Well, so it was with that dude we were talking about, the sus dude who
Yeah.
we loved him. We were friends with him, but dude, thinking back on it, he was way more sus than we ever realized. And even now, I'm not hating on him,
Yeah.
dude. Everybody's different. I'm weird too.
Well, he was
Just-
into the glass stuff a little bit earlier than we would probably think.
Oh,
Yeah.
not paraphernalia.
Yeah, not the paraphernalia, but
Or fine china.
The glass stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So, first time hanging out, or first time smoking weed with him.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that it was fake weed, and it wasn't even just that it was fake weed, but it was leftover joints of fake weed and real weed mixed together.
Horrible.
And we got into what would you call it, the cockpit of the boat?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I don't know.
People, if there is anybody ever in the comments, they're like, it's the fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
But,
interior part of the boat.
When you can go inside of a boat.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big boat, but the medium-sized boats that you can go in.
Yeah, there was
cabin.
like a bed in
a
there.
cabin? Would you call it a cabin?
Yeah, I think it was cabin, yeah. A little kitchen, a little bed, a little bathroom.
Yeah, it was really small.
It wasn't nice,
No.
but we hung out in there.
Yeah, it was about as small as this stupid ass set we got here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the first time we smoked in there, he wrote I think it was a. I think it was a joint. I really don't even remember if we smoked out of a. I think it was a joint. I think it was a joint rolled up of those old mixed things. You
Yeah.
following me?
Yeah.
And listening to what's that song? Oxycontin,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, listening to that, and I remember smoking it, and like the first few
Lil
hits,
White.
yes,
Yeah.
and I was feeling Lil White. I was like,
Yeah.
and I remember,
Back in the day, it did go hard.
right, and I was smoking on my doink, and I don't remember the second half of the song. Like, I know the first few hits I didn't even really inhale. It took me a minute to figure out how to inhale.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
And then once I figured out how to inhale, I kind of was, forget what was going on. And then I remember exiting the boat. I am not exaggerating by any means when I say I had like tunnel vision, but it wasn't a circle. I've had tunnel vision only a few times in my life. Every other time it's been circle.
Yeah.
This was square tunnel vision, dude. I swear. It looked like my life was on a TV screen.
Yeah.
But really, it was just tunnel vision squared off, right? And but back here was like flashing, like strobe lights, like the black part, like tunnel vision was like flashing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of heart rate or something. I'm trying to figure it out now, looking back on it. So we get off the boat and like that, and I felt like I was in a video game. I was like felt like I was in Call of Duty. To make it even worse, I had never met this kid's parents.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
I never met their parents, and I didn't know that they smoked weed or they were cool with it.
Yeah.
I thought we were hiding in the boat smoking weed because they're not cool with it.
Yeah, no, that was just comfort, I think, for them. Plausible deniability or whatever.
Not for this guy. Nobody told this guy.
Yeah.
Nobody told this kid.
Yeah. I think that happened to me, too, if I can't remember how I met his parents.
I don't think he
but
did it on
wanna say-
purpose. It's just
I think he did do
coincidental.
that on purpose to everybody. I think so.
Mess with us?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I give him that. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
On the other end. Not on my end.
I mean,
going
I was
into
still
it-
worried about being around his parents
Yeah.
because I feel like they still, even after you knew that they were cool, they would still, especially his stepdad would try to mess with you.
Mama
even
was cool.
more.
His mom
Yeah.
was cool. I love her. I still,
Yeah.
even now, she's a cool lady.
Yeah.
Probably like to party back in the day.
Yeah. For sure.
Cool lady.
Yeah.
Him, I never really cared much for, but he wasn't a bad guy. I just didn't really care for him much.
Yeah.
Even
there
as a
was
kid.
moments where he was kind of cool, but then, like,
Yeah.
in general, he was kind of, he tried to be a hard ass.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't really.
Yeah.
But he tried to be stern.
But to finish it up real quick, I didn't know that they smoked, so I'm already in this like weird vibe, and I had to go into the house not knowing that, and they're like obviously going to be in the first, their living room is that first room you walk into,
Yeah.
so they're right there, and I'm just like geeking
Yeah.
at a 13-year-old first time not knowing what I just inhaled, what type of chemicals.
Yeah.
I go straight to his room, and he's like, "You ready to play some Black Ops Zombies, dude?" I'm like, "I'm ready to go to sleep."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you for real?" I was like, "I'm dead serious." And he was like, I can't remember. I don't know what he said. All I could focus on was like trying to figure out how to lay down.
Yeah.
Because we had to move stuff around, anytime at a friend's house.
Yeah, you gotta set up a bed.
You may end up sleeping on top of his pet lizard's fish tank.
Yeah.
Nelson can't breathe all night. He's sucking in my farts, and I'm using
A broken ottoman for your feet.
I got a towel for a blanket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is staying at a friend's house, bro. And especially in whatever.
If they fall asleep first, you get a fucking piece, like the pizza box as a blanket.
Yeah.
Whatever you can find to cover yourself.
Something.
Yeah.
Something. I legit did use towels at one time staying at a friend's house. That's why I
Yeah.
said that. But so I woke up in the middle of the night, and I remember looking outside and out of his window and trying to figure out if I was still high, and just staring at his mailbox because I thought it was someone staring back at me. Like I thought it was a person in the road. I couldn't see clear enough because I was woken up and like hazy,
Yeah.
and I was just staring at this dude. Thought it was a dude, and I was like, it went down real slow. And just tried to go back to sleep, like so scared, bro. So scared. At a
Yeah.
friend's house, you don't want to go pee, you don't want to make a sound, holding in farts, coughs, sneezes. Dude, not trying to breathe.
Yeah.
Dude, it was bad. I don't know if it's just me or if other people are like that, but that's just. And then just real quick, the first time I smoked weed for real, the second time I ever smoked anything, was real weed, and that was at your house.
Yeah.
That was with the homie, dude. I'll
Yeah.
shout him out. Cody Schaefer, dude. Love Cody Schaefer. Love the homie. Grew up with him. Like, it's weird growing up in small towns how, maybe it's not just small towns, but like, you have such older friends at such an early age.
Yeah.
It's a funny
I
combo.
think it's kind of everywhere, honestly, because it seemed like it was that way in Colorado Springs too. Like
Even when the
everybody
moms
knew each other
it's just
somehow.
weird, you know, like the mom takes us out on a skate trip and I got my friends are like, could have drove.
Yeah.
But it's like, so I brought him up because he was at your house that night. Not to
Yeah, I remember
incriminate
that.
him,
Yeah.
but we.
Oh, allegedly. I mean,
This is definitely alleged. This part, and
who
I
would
had
have
just.
actually known if there was any weed there or not?
It wasn't. It's
Could have been a
placebo.
figment of our imagination.
Placebo,
Yeah.
for sure. Placebo. So this time though, this is the good part. This is where it gets good. So I just figured out about Forza. Actually, not just. I just got reintroduced to Forza. I played Forza when I was a kid. Didn't even know the name of it when I was little.
Yeah.
Forgot about it. Was like, what was that card game? I don't know. You had Forza 4?
It was probably 3. I
Probably
think it was
3.
right when I got the 360. And I think it came with
Yeah.
Forza 3 free.
Dude, and fell in love with it. Do you remember it was bad? I would stay at night. I would stay
Yeah.
up all night playing. Okay. It's terrible. And Schaefer came over and he was like, "Oh, you smoked weed before?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't like it." And he was like, "Really? I think you like." I think he knew. I think like Gage told him the truth.
Yeah.
Not Gage.
You can bleep that out.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different Gages.
Yeah, that's true. This one might be dead now. He passed away recently.
Rest in peace. Pull a Theo.
I think I saw recently he passed away.
He's not, and I don't want to knock on wood. I would never wish that on
Yeah.
nobody. But damn it, where was I going with that? So Schaefer was like, he's like, just try it again, man. I think you would like it. Like he knew.
Yeah.
And so he rolled up a blunt, and I remember whenever I smoked it, took a couple hits, and like I can even remember it now, dude. Playing the game, and I was like, no, I'm not really feeling nothing. Oh shit. And I just started, dude. I literally just started smiling and being like
Yeah.
this is. I get it.
That's how it was back then.
I get it.
Sometimes you'd just like be smiling for no reason. It doesn't happen that much anymore.
Now we gotta do shrooms and ketamine and
Yeah. To really feel something
gotta
these
do
days.
DMT and stomp on my
So
nuts.
desensitized.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
terrible.
what? What'd you just say?
Nothing. I don't know if I can have kids.
That's a little dark, a
Yeah.
little bleak.
What first? You don't remember the first time you smoked weed? That's where we'll end it.
No, I don't remember the first time, but one of the first few times I started smoking weed because I had my broken ankle.
Mm.
I don't know why I kept pointing at my left leg. It was my right leg. But I had the full leg cast, so I had crutches. Do you remember that?
You in crutches?
Yeah, I had a full leg cast. It was purple.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I started smoking weed because I was just at the house all the time. So like, everybody that I would skate with would come over because I couldn't skate.
Yeah.
So it just turned into like a hangout house for the most part. Because at that point, my parents didn't really like care because I had that door on the side of my room from the outside, so people would just come and go. And my parents didn't really care that much at that point. So
I remember that.
I had money at that time too because I was saving up for something. And then
Fast stacks.
the person that is in our age group that we would get weed from sometimes, mainly his dad,
Yeah.
you know, he would started coming over with somebody else. I can't
Back
remember
then, just
who.
to be clear, not
Yeah,
not anymore.
yeah. He would come over back when I was like 12, and he had weed, so I bought some from him. And then, like I said, I don't remember the first time I smoked necessarily, but it was probably like the second or third time we were standing outside of that door that led outside. There was a little concrete patio.
Oh, yeah,
It was
yeah.
like 4 foot by 2 foot or something. Like you barely stand on it. Had a little roof over it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So we were standing there in a circle. It was probably like 4 or 5 of us, and we were like, we had a 2-liter bottle with the cap flipped over and like taped to it so that it was sealed, and then I think it was like aluminum foil for the bowl. Honestly,
Oh,
it
like a
was
steamroller,
horrible.
right?
Yeah,
I know
basically
you're
like a big
talking about. I know
steamroller.
you're talking about.
Yeah, really unhealthy one.
Yes.
And we were smoking out of that, and like I hit it, and then I just like stood there with it like frozen for a second, and then the person that was taking it next like ended up like taking it from my hands, like just straight out of my hands. I didn't like move it still, and then I just slowly started falling backward, and I fell straight on my back.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you not? Were you like? Is it because you weren't breathing? Or is
I don't
it,
know. Like I didn't pass out or anything. Like I was conscious. I just like I don't know. Like I guess I was just thinking about something else and didn't really like pay attention to my balance because I was on one foot at that time. That's why I brought up the crutches thing.
True. And this is the first time
Yeah,
while you're on crutches.
yeah. Like I was on, I had the full leg cast for like at least 3 months. So like there was like I did a bunch of stuff in that time. So like I was like I said that was probably one of the first few times that I smoked.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's necessarily the first one.
Yeah, I don't remember the first one.
Like it matters. You gotta know when the first time you smoked.
I remember the first time I smoked a cigarette. It was with the same person I bought weed from.
I don't know about you, but I've tried like cigarettes 3 times in my life. Like just to like, oh, I wonder. I'm not like I'm against them. Like I don't like them, and then you just like anything that's unhealthy, you probably shouldn't do it. But if you like it, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, what if I do like them? So I've tried them, and every time I don't like them.
I got addicted to them for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be the right ones. I don't like regular ones. Menthol ones are where it's at. But I don't want them anymore. The way that I quit them, because I was addicted to them, like I tried quitting for like multiple times and it didn't really work out that well. The way that I ended up quitting was I was about to move into my first apartment by myself and I was worried about money. And
That's a good, yeah.
so like I was like, I need to quit cigarettes or something. So I went to the
It ain't
gas
gonna be weed.
station and I was like, I needed to buy a pack of cigarettes because I was out. I was like, if they don't have the pack of cigarettes, like the specific kind that I wanted, like I wasn't gonna get, like if I wanted the 100s, I wasn't gonna get the shorts just because they had it. If they didn't have the 100s, I was quitting.
Right.
It may not have been that exactly, but just that specific type of cigarette, I wasn't gonna settle for anything else. And somehow that's what made me
was
quit.
choosy for the cig.
Yeah, they ended up not having the kind that I wanted. I was like, all right,
That's
whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never smoked again. Well, that's not true. I smoked a cigarette one time when I was drunk
back
at
on
a
your word like that, dude.
well, I was drunk at a work thing, and I definitely had a little bit too much to drink, and there was just cigarettes around.
The way you said that sounded a little like
but
Alabama.
it kind of helped because I didn't. That cigarette was so bad that I didn't want another one again anyway.
Was it American Spirit?
No, it wasn't that, but it wasn't anything good either. It was definitely a regular. It wasn't menthol.
I used a.
Which, if it was a menthol, I might have got back on him, honestly.
If it was menthol, yeah.
But it also helped that I lived in a smoke-free community, so I would have had to really hide my cigarette smoking.
Yeah. Did you ever
Which
try
would've
the
been too much
American
work.
Spirits?
No, I saw them around, but actually one of my old coworkers smoked that all the time.
That's what I used to use when I started spliffs. Before I went to Grabas,
Yeah.
I would always do the American Spirits.
Why don't you just buy the raw tobacco then?
The bag of
Wouldn't that
American
be
Spirits?
cheaper?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
The bag of American Spirits, yeah. But I'm assuming the cigarettes are the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, just with the filter.
I'm not a tobacco expert. I say I'm not a tobacco expert. Do you know how many times I've opened up a graba? You guys know what a graba is. If you don't know what a graba is, a graba leaf, tobacco leaf. It's for rolling blunts. It's a big leaf, big tobacco leaf. A tobacco leaf, right? Tobacco leaf, a plant.
Tobacco leaf.
Do you know how many times I've smoked with people, like people who smoke, like not just weed, but they smoke tobacco too, and they're our age. And I break this thing out, and they're like, "Whoa, I never realized tobacco was a plant."
What?
I swear.
I didn't.
Not
I'll say
one
I
person,
didn't realize
more than one person.
how big the leaves are, but I knew it was a plant.
I was wondering if it's just because we're from a country area, like we grew up, like.
To be fair, probably the main reason I knew that is because I went to stay in Ohio for a summer, and my uncle owns a property out there that partially is a farm, and he told me that the government paid him not to grow tobacco.
Yeah, I've always thought it was not to grow tobacco or not to grow anything.
Tobacco.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't at that point that they started paying
Doing
not
that.
to grow
I
food
always
and
thought that was
stuff.
interesting.
Yeah.
Before we started vibing on that.
Yeah. But no, he told me that they paid him not to. I think it was a pretty decent amount. So
We're almost perfectly at 1:45, which I don't think is a bad one. It's almost 2 hours. I think 2 hours is too long.
yeah, that's pretty decent.
I gotta pee pretty bad too.
You want to
So
call it?
before I call it, if you've made it this far, help us out with the title. I don't even know if this one's gonna be this. Probably won't even be up, but if it is up, you've already heard at the beginning. I don't know what a title is. You know, I'm not, what did you say? Catching up with Tings?
Yeah, catching up with Tings.
I'm supposed to be the host of this shit.
Or,
It's supposed to be my shit.
Tings and things. I mean, I wasn't hosting for sure. You were
Yeah.
definitely more hosting.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, I mean that's what it's supposed to be.
I'm sorry for doing my job.
Don't be.
I don't know what I'm doing here. So, no, but for real,
We're just trying to figure it out.
yeah, so whatever title, if you do see a title, it may be a working title. Help us out with titles, you know. Yeah, appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go take a piss.
Piss it up.